unseated this robot, but showing a lot of potential. It's a lightweight robot. This is a high wedge-shaped robot, very popular shape, allowing them to drive under other robots. Powered by a 12-volt nickel-cadmium battery pack, armoured in Kevlar, it's armed with a 2-speed crushing arm with more than 6 tons of downward force when it comes in for the kill. It's armed with a vicious, 3-pronged rending spike. The team also say that a huge amount of money's been spent building this robot. Let's see how that helps in the arena then. And it even comes prepared for a power cut with those strong headlights. Definitely in with a chance of surprising everyone, this robot, unseated today. It's a super heavyweight robot, powered by a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery, armoured in polycarbonate. Cost an absolute fortune to build this robot. Let's hope it was worth it for them. Unseeded in this competition, but could have a few surprises up its sleeve. It's a middleweight robot. It's a wedge-shaped robot, a very popular shape, allowing them to drive in under other robots. Relying on a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery for power, armoured in bulletproof glass, it's armed with a hardened steel circular saw powered by the petrol motor from a garden strimmer. This is one of the most expensive robots we have competing today. Nothing was too good for this team. They better mind the arena wall flamers, they can be very, very dangerous. The arena flipper comes into play when a robot's immobilised. A bit of extra insult to injury to be flipped around the arena. That's the pit. Don't want to be going in there too soon. They've got to look out for the blasts of fire from those flame grills. They can do a surprising amount of damage. You don't want to get too close to the corner patrol zones. Once you're in there, it's more pain than you can handle. 3, 2, 1. Activate. I think that the sergeant wants a taste of metal. That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. It's a polycarbonate. Not such good defense against cutting attacks. Not too difficult to cut into the Kevlar armour with the right weapon. Their spike's been broken off! Bumping and banging. Not a lot of damage so far. The saw blade is shattered! It's not much use now. Immediately attacking, the weapon flicking away. The cutting attack doing its best to get through the bulletproof glass. Determined to pound it into submission. And I think it's ready to submit now. This is classic Robot Wars. Trying hard to cut through the Kevlar. The axe bouncing off. No damage visible. It's carnage. Devastation. It's Robot Wars. Trying to cut its way through the polycarbonate. Can they melt the polycarbonate though? It could happen. The steel armour giving it some defence against the attack. Wouldn't like to be cleaning the debris from the arena later on. The circular saw's getting closer. Can they get in close enough? Bits and pieces everywhere. You could melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. Can the aluminium armour stand up to this? The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact, from the polycarbonate. Not such good defence against cutting attacks. Metal everywhere, and the crowd love it. Not too difficult to cut into the Kevlar armour with the right weapon. Not too hard to cut into the aluminium, but it's putting up a brave fight. The armour holding out well against the charge. The cutting attack doing its best to get through the bulletproof glass. The weapon trying to lift it and topple it. Dents and scrapes as it bumps and barges around the arena. The pit opening now in the arena floor. Maybe soon to be occupied by one of these robots. Bashing away at the Kevlar, but it's ideal to resist it. Trying to cut its way through the polycarbonate. Onto the arena flipper they go. Are they ready to fly? It's finding it hard to stand up to the slicing with just the aluminium armour. This is classic Robot Wars. The Kevlar, not the toughest armour against blades like this. The Kevlar armour giving it great protection though. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. And into the pit go the remains of the robot. And Matilda with a chance to attack now. Matilda is ready and waiting. Sergeant Bash is waiting to cook. Who's the main course? Cease! Unseated this time, but no slouch. This robot could do well. It's a heavyweight robot. This wedge shape, very popular among our roboteers, gives them the advantage of being able to get in underneath and tip opponents, of course. Powered by a 24-volt sealed lead-acid battery, armoured in steel and very resilient to being cut or burnt. It's armed with a powerful pneumatic pickaxe. No expense spared on this robot. Let's hope the results live up to expectations, or someone's going to want a refund. This robot isn't seeded, but is well fancied in the pits. Could be the dark horse of the tournament. It's a heavyweight category robot. It's a wedge-shaped robot, a very popular shape, allowing them to drive in under other robots. Powered by a 5-horsepower, 4-stroke petrol engine. Armoured in titanium, it's armed with a petrol-driven chainsaw. It has a 2-speed crushing arm with more than 6 tons of downward force when it comes in for the kill. I expect to see a lot of damage caused by that. It's armed with a twin pair of titanium ramming spikes. The team also say that a huge amount of money's been spent building this robot. Let's see how that helps in the arena then. This robot, unseeded, but could do better than everyone expects today. It's a middleweight category robot. This wedge shape, very popular among our roboteers, gives them the advantage of being able to get in underneath and tip opponents, of course. A 24-volt sealed lead-acid battery, the power behind this robot. Armoured in aluminium. It's armed with an electric pickaxe that can strike 3 times a second. Cost an absolute fortune to build this robot. Let's hope it was worth it for them. Shouldn't miss anything with those powerful headlights. Could come in handy in the right circumstances. The flamers on the arena walls can be a great danger if a robot's flammable at all. They can give them a nasty shock even if they aren't too. The arena flipper, a great way to finish a fight if someone's immobilised. Throw them up in the air and watch them crash to the ground. There is the pit of oblivion. Take care not to get too close, or it could be all over. Bursts of flame occasionally from the flame grills. They can toast a robot if they get stuck there. Watch out for the CPZs, otherwise you might come face to face with the house. 3, 2, 1, activate! The crowd getting restless, waiting for them to get going. That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. Not too easy to cut into titanium armour. The armour holding out well against the charge. The aluminium shell, very flimsy protection against this onslaught. It's carnage, devastation. It's Robot Wars. The titanium standing up well to the punishment. Oh, look out! Could be barbecued bot. They can't right themselves. Something's wrong. It looks like they're out of the contest. The layer of steel over the robot's body, deflecting some of the damage. It's heading for a collision! Slicing away. Minimal damage that time though. Tricky to cut into the titanium, luckily for them. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Bits and pieces everywhere. You could melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. The aluminium armour, not much defence against this kind of attack. The titanium standing up for now. How long will it hold out? Metal everywhere! And the crowd love it. Proving hard to get through the titanium, although it's not impossible. Not too easy to cut into titanium armour. The armour holding out well against the charge. Punching into the steel, but it's holding out well. The aluminium shell, very flimsy protection against this onslaught. This has all the makings of a classic battle. The titanium standing up well to the punishment. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. The steel taking the punishment well so far. This is what Robot Wars is all about. Carnage! Oh! They want more. Hey, I think they're dead already. Go on, leave them alone. The pit opens up, waiting to welcome the loser of our contest. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. The axe has been broken off. No more use out of that then. Keep away. Cease. Three, two, one. Activate. Eight. Matilda is hungry. Is she going to get a bite to eat? That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. The steel armor giving it some defense against the attack. The cutting attack doing its best to get through the bulletproof glass. Immediately attacking the weapon, flicking away, coming in for an attack with the vicious looking saw blade. Things are heating up at the side of the arena there. Bash, crash, and smash. Looks like a crippling blow with the force behind that. The axe has been broken off. No more use out of that then. Tough steel armor, making it harder to cut into, of course. My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! The steel armor, quite resistant to the flame. Getting a bit too close for comfort to those flame jets. Onto the arena flipper they go! Are they ready to fly? This is the classic robot wars. The saw blade is shattered! It's not much use now. Nearly onto the flame grill. Look out! Oh, that's a bit close to kill a lot for comfort. Getting into position with that deadly weapon. The layer of steel over the robot's body, deflecting some of the damage. Not easy to smash through that polycarbonate shell. The crowd are wondering what's happened here. This isn't what they came to see. They want it. Maimings and slaughter. The pit opening now, going near into the floor. Maybe soon to be occupied by one of these robots. Three, two, one. Activate. Matilda is ready and waiting. That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. Hard to make an impression on the pod, and it's very tough. Just the scratches, the spikes, the slides off again. It's carnage, devastation. It's robot wars. Titanium standing up well to the punishment, and it's gonna be tough. Letting me through the bulletproof glass on there. Wouldn't like to be cleaning the debris from the arena later on. Bits and pieces everywhere. You can melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. Titanium armor, not as effective against that impact as they'd like. The steel armor giving it some protection from the impact. Metal everywhere, and the crowd love it. Cease! They better mind the arena wall flamers. They can be very, very dangerous. The arena flipper comes into play when a robot's immobilized. A bit of extra insult to injury to be flipped around the arena. That's the pit. Don't want to be going in there too soon. They've got to look out for the blasts of fire from those flame grills. They can do a surprising amount of damage. You don't want to get too close to the corner patrol zones. Once you're in there, it's more pain than you can handle. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Matilda invites you into play. Her game's a bit rough for most robots, though. That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. The steel armor giving it some defense against the attack. The cutting attack doing its best to get through the bulletproof glass. And the broken blade, no use now. They're going to have to try something else. Nearly onto the flame grill, look out! Smashing down with that mighty axe blade, trying to cut its way through the polycarbonate. And in it goes! A lot of weight behind this robot are making good use of it to cause damage. Tough steel armor, making it harder to cut into, of course. This is what Robot Wars is all about! Carnage! The crowd are wondering what's happened here. This isn't what they came to see. They want maiming and slaughter. The polycarbonate, not such good defense against cutting attacks. My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! Hard to make an impression on the polycarbonate. It's very tough. The armor holding out well against the charge. This is classic Robot Wars, and the impact causing some real damage this time. A mighty clunk as it makes contact. But it's tougher than it looks. Only a few scratches this time. It's carnage! Devastation! It's Robot Wars! The steel resisting the blade so far. Chopping away! Can he get a good blow in? Off comes the axe! Leaving them with much less attack power. That's a real blow. Wouldn't like to be cleaning the debris from the arena later on. Not a lot happening here. The crowd want more action. On a tremendous charge now, speeding across the arena. The steel armor giving it some defense against the attack. The pit that opens up, waiting to welcome the loser of our contest. Bits and pieces everywhere. You could melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. The axe slamming in on the attack, thudding in, not strong enough to do too much damage. In they go, with the flamethrower blazing, nothing to lose. Can they melt the polycarbonate though? It could happen. Tough steel armor, making it harder to cut into, of course. And it's going to be tough getting through the bulletproof glass on there. Steel, not the easiest material to scorch effectively. Cease!